Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician 84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 77. Well, we're creeping up to episode 100 now. Let's kick this episode off. So the first three questions are from Matt and Alison Welch. 1. With Emma liking Pokemon, what are her thoughts and opinions on Ash and Pikachu leaving the anime after 25 years? This was pretty much one of the few animes that kept an original main character for this long, and they're finally starting a new anime series. Well, she doesn't really have much of an opinion about it because she only ever watched like the first bunch of episodes, like when she was younger, and that's it really. She's not really been able to keep track ever since. Um, But she was surprised about what you said about Ash and Pikachu, and would like to know why they're leaving. So, yeah, obviously, if one of you can let us know in the comments, then that'll clear things up for her. What I can tell you is that she is a big fan of Pikachu. She loves Pikachu. She has lots of different Pikachu Pokemon cards, and is even debating whether or not to get a Pikachu Squishmallow. Um, but we'll see. 2. With Dark Magician and Fusion Friends winning that championship, is there a possibility you could change your pure Dark Magician deck into that as your main deck in the future? Or what would have to happen to have you make it your main deck? Well, here's the thing. Although it's a great deck and a great idea, I don't really have any plans to make that my main Dark Magician deck. Like I'd rather keep it pure. Because to be honest, the only reason why I came up with Dark Magician and Fusion Friends in the first place was something that could help a lot against both Endymion and the meta. But obviously, I've not had a chance to use it against Endymion. There's well, I did have a think about Rainbow Neos and the time where I beat Endymion with Destiny Heroes, and I was trying to think, what if there was a way that I could include them in my Dark Magician deck somehow, um, and give Dark Magician a helping hand? Like it's an absolutely crazy deck idea. It's very obscure, something that no one would even dream of, at least not that I'm aware of. Um, and give my opponents a lot to think about regarding how to deal with it. And it's like, well, what the hell is this? Like, what do I even side against it, or something like that? It is unfortunate though that while it did win the Dark Magician Grand Championship, I didn't do so well in the local tournament that I used it in. Um, yeah, the Turias were just too much for it to handle, which was annoying. Goatee proved to be tougher than I thought and too disruptive, so much so that like it would rob me of victory. I really fucking hate goatees now. Sorry, Damien. Um, Agents I managed to get past, and when it came to Ishizu Tears, I feel like I could have actually won the match against it. Because like, I did great in game one, and I could have probably won game two, or like maybe taken it to time if it wasn't for the fact that I misplayed so hard, just by forgetting that I could just chain DP's effect in response to Dracostopelia. Like, how did I even forget that? It's why? Why did I make that mistake? I'm still kicking myself over it. I'm just so mad about it. Because if I hadn't misplayed, it could have changed everything. Um, like I would have, I feel like I would have at least been able to pick off uh, Billsy's monsters one by one each turn, and slowed him down at the very least. Um, so annoying. It was great that I was able to use Penguin Knight, but I'm just mad that I misplayed, especially since I could have potentially beaten like the tier 0 deck with something really obscure. Um, yeah, it's annoying as like I know I can beat like full power Ishizu tiers with Dark Magician. Um, like in the first two tournaments where I came back, um, I was able to win one duel during those matches, but obviously still lost the match. Like yeah, against Bernardo, it was just a case of him playing better and getting better draws. And I mean, yeah, I guess Billsy also played better and got better draws, but like I said, I feel like if I hadn't misplayed, then it would have changed everything. Um, which is why when I go to game night tomorrow night, I'm going to try and have another crack at Shizu Tears, um, before it gets absolutely murdered by the ban list. Um, and it won't be anything fancy. It'll be with pure Dark Magician, although I might have to throw in cards to specifically counter bestial monsters and hope I draw into them. Um, Otherwise, I won't use anything fancy. Um, but anyway, going back to the point of the question, um, it, it is a fantastic idea. I don't know. Um, I just don't know about making it my main deck because I like to have the focus solely on Dark Magician, which is why there were times when I played Legendary Hero where I just missed the focus and being on Dark Magician himself. Uh, um, so I don't know. Um, Although it might be something I consider. Like if people still continue to give me shit for hating on Dragoon and refusing to play it. Three. I don't remember if this was asked before, so I do apologise. Has there ever been a variant of Dark Magician that you did want to make and try out but never did? I don't think there actually was. Um, no, there's nothing I can think of. Um, I think every kind of variant and incarnation that I did want to try, I successfully did manage to um, put together and build. Um, Next question is from John Cross. Um, what were your top 15 Yu-Gi-Oh products that you liked opening? God, that was a tall order. But I did manage to think of what were my 15 absolute favourite ones. So once again, we have a crossover between two segments here, like my Q&A segment and my top five or above segment. I won't go into a long, detailed discussion about the reasons, um, but here they are. Um, I would say at number 15 is Magnificent Mavens. As well, it comes with sleeves, and there's some really cool cards and epic reprints of lots of things like Infinite Impermanence, Change of Heart, Rota, um, Hero Lives, um, and it's got Dark Magician Girl in there, especially as a, what was it, a Millennium Rare? Um, yeah, lots of cool cards, and it was great to open up. Um, Number 14 would be Stardust Overdrive because it's my favourite 5D set. It was the set that really gave us the first Stardust support, unless you count Stardust Dragon Assault mode, released earlier in 2009. But yeah, it was just great having Majestic Dragon, Stardust Xiaolong, and one of my favourite dragons, Majestic Star Dragon. Um, like it was really great. I mean, I still have a fond memory of opening a Majestic Star Dragon tin, and from one of my Stardust Over Dragon packs, I pulled a Ghost Rare Majestic Star Dragon. Like that was just insane. One of my best pulls of all time, I'd say. Um, And there were lots of other cool cards released, like the remaining Earthbound Immortals, the other Fortune Ladies, um, plus the release of Guardian Eatos. Um, Plus, the special edition gave us super rare printings of Charge of the Light Brigade and Tempest Magician, which really helped everyone out a lot. That was great. Number 13, I would say, is Generation Force, which is my favourite Zexal set. There were lots of epic cards in there as well. More Elemental Hero support uh, in the form of Hero Lives and Nova Master, and it brought the Masked Heroes and the Vision Heroes into the TCG, like giving us both Vision Hero fusions and releasing Mask Change, Vapor, and Goka. Um, and two of the earliest numbers that we got, Leviathan Dragon and Terabytes, and giving us a super rare Gagaga Magician. It was great. I remember getting a box and pulling the absolute nuts. I wish I still had that video. Um, It was great. I got godly pulls. I believe I pulled both the numbers. I pulled Nova Master. I pulled both Vision Hero fusions. Um, like, it was just incredible. I got near enough everything I could possibly want from that set, which made up for the fact that I got jank from my sneak peek packs that year. Uh, um, it was one of the reasons why I just didn't bother doing sneak peeks anymore. Like 5 packs in a row got no hollows, nothing I wanted, but that box just made up for it big time. My 12th favourite would be Duelist Saga, because I love my ultra rare sets. It had lots of old cards and new cards from the manga and anime. Um, it gave us another printing of Dark Magician, which was great. We also had Blue Eyes, BLS Envoy of the Beginning, Dandelion. Um, yeah, it also gave us Honest Neos and Vision Hero Vion. Um, yeah, it was great. It was a really fun set, and there's lots of other iconic monsters in there. It's a shame they were just badly designed because they just warped way too easily, which was disappointing. Um, I guess that's why we never got that version of an ultra rare again after that. At number 11, I'd say is Dual Power, another ultra rare only set. Like, Dual Power was like one of the best sets of 2019. It gave us the protagonists' ace monsters as promos and lots of other cool cards. Again, it gave us Imperm, it gave us Evenly Matched. Um, and it introduced one of my favourite rituals to the game, Magician of Chaos. Um, like that was just awesome. Like Magician of Chaos is just an incredible ritual monster. Um, Also gave us Miracle Fusion as well as an ultra. Um, um, it's just so many great hits. Um, at number 10 would be Power of the Elements. Yeah, like one of the more recent sets because it gave us like fantastic support for elemental heroes and Neospatians, especially Shining Neos Wingman, which is becoming one of my favourite fusions and heroes. I don't know if it would top good old Shining Flare Wingman though, but Neos Wingman would definitely be close. Um, and gave us instant contact, which was great, which could just let us bring out level 7 or lower elemental hero fusions just like that. It's got to be careful and make sure Neos is on the field or in the graveyard. It definitely makes them a lot easier to use, just bringing out Sunrise, Flame Wingman, Thunder Giants, just like that. Um, yeah, that's really epic support, which helps both archetypes a lot. And it gave us a couple more Melfi cards, as Melfis are awesome as well and really cute, and something Emma was very happy about. Um, Number 9, I would say the Dark Side of Dimensions movie pack, or more specifically, like the original pack, with the ultra rares. Um, as Yeah, that's a fan favorite for original series fans. Again, giving us alternate arts of famous old school monsters: Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician Girl, um, Slife of the Sky Dragon. Um, I was gonna say Obelisk the Tormentor, but I think that's actually more of a promo, and I don't think it was actually in the set. Um, and it gave us great support for Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon, especially, well, particularly Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, which is just a boss, and Palladium Oracle Mahard, which helps out a lot, and I just love how it was there. But also as a counter to Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Um, and then, of course, like Magician Girls became an archetype. Yeah, Dark Magician Girl got her own deck, and we got um, 5 other Magician Girl monsters, which are a ton of fun. Um, yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, and we got a couple of other gadgets which help out a lot. Um, number 8 is Duelist Pack Yugi. Um, when Duelist packs were still a thing, and it was um, still we were still in the GX era and the start of the 5Ds era. I didn't think we'd get Duelist packs for original series characters, and then Duelist Pack Yugi came along, and it was something I was very excited about. And yeah, I just wanted to get hold of them like whenever I could. I just releasing um, some really cool nostalgic cards that he uses. I hate that people call the set crap and not very good. Like that's not true. Like Duelist Pack Yugi is amazing. Um, like nobody should hate on it. I mean, I know it gets the short straw in comparison to Duelist Pack Kaiba, but it's still an epic set. Despite the fact that Duelist Pack Kaiba is the only Duelist Pack that has ultimate rares. Another thing that does bother me about the set, though, is like Dark Magician didn't get a hollow printing, but Blue Eyes White Dragon did. Like, how is that fair? Not that I'm that bothered about the rarity, but like, what's the deal? I mean, he's Yugi's ace monster after all. Like, quite interesting that um, Dark Magician Girl and Summon Skull got the hollow treatment, but Dark Magician didn't. Still don't get that even to this day. But regardless, I still love the set all the same. Number 7, I would say, is Legendary Duelist 6, your magical hero. The protagonist set, one of my absolute favourite sets ever, and definitely one of the best that came out in 2020, and was one of the few good things about that year. Like it was just awesome. It was definitely a set for me. Giving Dark Magician support and Elemental Hero support. Um, it, of course, there is also support for Synchron's Stardust, Utopia, Yuma's monsters, and uh, Yuya's monsters. But obviously, as you know, I'm more of a fan of Dark Magician and the Elemental Heroes. Um, I was worried that Magician's Soul and Liquid Soldier, Sunrise, and the Dark Magicians would be difficult to get, but that wasn't the case. I mean, like that case opening that me and Weber's Five did was just insane. I got absolutely everything I wanted from the set, just all the ratios I wanted. Um, it's still a fun set to open. Um, and I'm just going to turn the light on real quick. There we are. It is getting a bit dark now. Um, number 6 would be Elemental Energy, my favourite GX set. as it released a ton of elemental hero support, um, and it gave us Pot of Avarice, but the elemental heroes were where it was at, especially my favourite one, Shining Flare Wingman, the cover card. Um, yeah, it was just really good, and offered a lot more to the archetype. Um, we didn't have much to work with, like when they first came out in Lost Millennium. Um, then we only got a couple of cards in Cybernetic Revolution. Although Miracle Fusion was a big help, um, but Elemental Energy gave us a lot more to work with, um, including Shining Flare Wingman, and it was just um, awesome. Number 5 would be Legendary Collection 3, Yugi's World, like another old school set. Like, again, absolutely love it. So many cool classic cards. Um, like, mainly all the monsters Yugi used. It was annoying that the Dark Magician was very hard to get from that set, but I got one eventually. So I had to buy it though, but it's still an amazing set, and I'd love being able to get one if I can and pull things like Mirror Force, Monster Reborn, Dark Magician Girl, Breaker, the Magical Warrior. Um, so many other cool cards and staples, uh, which I guess would be more ideal for pass format games, really. Um, Number 4 is the Dark Illusion. Yeah, the set which helps Dark Magician out a lot and give it a big boost. There wasn't uh, too many support cards to really work with before, and I had to use Dark Magician, Dark Magician Girl, Dark Magician of Chaos, and Skilled Dark Magician with other cards, other spellcasters to make the deck work. But the stuff from Dark Illusion just helps make it its own thing, and make it what it is today. Um, like it was just an incredible set full of incredible cards, which just really helped my favourite card out a lot. Annoying that Eternal Soul wasn't in the set, but at least we got it like a couple of months later in Legendary Decks 2. um, it was annoying though that Navigation and Circle were secret rares. Like that was the only frustrating thing. Although Navigation seemed easier to get, whereas it took a little bit of time to get my play set of Circles. But I got there in the end. Um, yeah, and it introduced spirals to the game as well. Um, yeah, which was cool. I remember, yeah, I know I talked about them for a bit in my ban list reaction. 'Cause, I do like the archetype. I like James Bond. I love that there's a James Bond archetype. Even though I did get bored of it because it did get too competitive for my taste back in 2018. Of course, recently I played them again, like online on Edo Pro. Um, even though it was just for the Dark Magician's Deck Grand Championship. Um, and yeah, that's all there is to it. The number 3 would be Legendary Collection 2. Um, yeah, one of the best legendary collections ever. Yeah, of all the legendary collections, 2 and 3 are my absolute favorites. Like, I can never get enough of Legendary Collection 2. Just getting Great Tornado and Parallel World Fusion guaranteed. And then there's a thrill of just pulling the Elemental Heroes and support cards as well. Of course, there were some other uh, cool GX cards as well that you just gotta love. The Destiny Heroes, Evil Heroes, Crystal Beasts. Um, and it was nice to see some Light Swans in there. Glad Beasts and Six Sams, not so much. Screw them. Um, yeah, it's always a fun set to open. I, I mean, I could try and get more of it and open it up, but it's just so expensive. I think that's one of a few reasons why I can't really think of a good reason to pick it up other than just for the fun of it. Um, Number 2 would be Magician's Force, which is my favourite original series set, because that was what gave us one of the first proper Dark Magician support. Um, yeah, the original printings of Dark Magician Girl, Dark Paladin, and Skilled Dark Magician were in there. Like that's um, definitely all the more reason to get really excited for that set. And it had Cat's Ear Tribe as well, which is really cute. Also gave us Break of the Magical Warrior and Tribe Infecting Virus. Oh, sorry, I've got a cramp. Ah, I'm okay. Um, yeah, we also got uh, yeah, the XYZ monsters. X Head Cannon, Y Dragon Head, Z Metal Tank, and their fusions. That was awesome. And it gave us the Apprentice engine as well, like Apprentice Magician, Old Vindictive Magician as well. It was great. Like, I wish Magician's Force was as easy to pick up as it was, like, in the early to mid 2000s. Um, like booster boxes are just way too expensive. Like even singular packs are just too expensive. Like I wish that was one of the classic sets that's gonna get reprinted later on this year. Don't get me wrong, the other sets are cool and everything, but where's my Magician's Force reprint? Come on, Konami. Um, And at number 1, I think my absolute favourite set is Battle of Chaos. There's again more epic Dark Magician support. I just really like all the support cards we got. I mean, Master of Chaos is a big help at dealing with threats that can't be targeted or destroyed. Um, uh, Magic Karibo is just epic. I mean, who wouldn't say no to a Karibo dressed like Dark Magician? Um, Tomias is handy for making the fusions easier to bring out. Uh, as for Illusion of Chaos, I hate that it's the most expensive of the new support, but it's just great that we have something that searches out the monsters. And let's not forget that it also has another printing of Dark Magician himself, but with the Bandai art. But I hate that it's a really, really expensive ultra rare, but I'm just very, very lucky that I pulled it from my case last year. I'll take that over a Starlight Rare any day. Um, And I like that that set gave support to lots of other cool archetypes as well, like blue eyes as well, vampires, Nordics. It was nice that they got some love as well. Um, Ghost Tricks got more support as well, although I'm not really a fan of Ghost Tricks. They're annoying. Um, keep forgetting that they exist. Um, um, I just feel like, oh yeah, Doll Monsters got support, which was awesome. Um, yeah, that was definitely the most fun set I've ever opened. And luckily, because it's a newer one, like I could get more packs and open them up just for the fun of it very easily if I wanted to. Um, Next question is from Chris Reinhardt. Uh, so, like you, I've retired from competitive play. I'm tired of being the old guy trying to play heroes and have to use floodgates to help win games. I'm definitely more interested in completing past format and a couple of current format decks. One of the past formats I thought I'd try out is your legendary hero deck. Oh, I am honoured, sir. I hope to play it well against some friends. My question for you is in regards to your legendary hero deck. Have you considered making an update to the deck, but instead of including all the ace monsters like Odd Eyes, Decode Talker, and Firewall Dragon, etc., why not just focus on Dark Magician, Neos, and Stardust Dragon? That way it runs smoother for you and still runs iconic ace monsters. Anyway, it's just a thought because it's such a unique deck. Keep up the great content. Thanks very much, my friend. Um, well, it would be easier running Legendary Hero that way, but the thing is, though, like the whole point of Legendary Hero is that it's meant to be based on all the protagonist's ace monsters. Um, yeah, I mean, even though it was easier playing Dark Magician, Neo, Stardust Dragon, and Topia, like I can't really not include Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, Firewall Dragon, and Decode Talker. But I have found a way to make it work online. Um, I mean, it's not the same as it was back in the early 2010s. But yeah, it works. Um, What's that being said, I prefer playing my past format legendary hero deck. Um, I thought of a similar idea to what you suggested, though, and that was just um, simply, um, well, once again, combining my Dark Magician, Elemental Hero, and Rainbow Neos decks together and make one deck, but instead of focusing on all the protagonists' ace monsters, just simply have the focus mainly on Dark Magician, Shining Flare Wingman, and Rainbow Neos. Um, I'm still not quite sure how to do that, and again, I feel like um, too much attention would be drawn away from Dark Magician, and I'd miss the focus being on just him alone. So, it's a really difficult balance to figure out. Um, and the last two questions are from Weber's 5. Excuse me. Um, he's saying, nice ban list reaction video. Thank you. I think it's a good one, but I expected tier element to get hit, not crucified. uh, yeah, I think lots of people feel the same way. Yeah, Tears got slaughtered. Yeah, as I said in my reaction. Anyway, 1. With the return of Ancient Fairy Dragon pending the errata, will you be adding it to any of your decks? Um, I'm not sure at the moment. I definitely will add it to my anime dragon deck, which I don't have in real life but do have on Edo Pro. Um, because the idea of that deck is that it's meant to be a dragon deck focusing on almost all the iconic dragons from the anime, like, hence the name. In fact, back in the day, I made a hopeless anime dragon deck, which is a more fun version of a deck that was played back then called Hopeless Dragon. Um, yeah, that was a thing from like 2008 to 2012. As like because in 2012, the banning of Future Fusion and limiting of Red Eyes Darkness Dragon just outright killed that deck, which was unfortunate. So whenever I did bring it back afterwards, I'd still play it, but it would just be called Anime Dragon. I mean, even though we have Future Fusion back and Red MD at 3, they're both errated, so I don't know if it would even be possible to play that as a hopeless build. Um, anyway, so yeah, it was based on the dragons from the anime, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, and I even included all the Signer dragons, including Ancient Fairy Dragon. So it'll definitely be played in that deck. I'm not sure about playing it in anything else. Definitely wouldn't work in spirals anymore, unless spiral players decided to play pseudo space as well. Um, like I think that's the only way to work around Ancient Fairy Dragons errata. I don't know what else I'd play it in, to be honest. It's hard to think. Um, I don't really play a lot of decks with that can run field spells and synchro monsters. Um, I think if there's a way to make it work in rockets. I don't think so. Boot sector launch is their only field spell, and again, I feel like you'd have to play pseudo space in there as well. I don't know. Actually, that's a thought. Like, I anticipate that decks playing field spells and people playing them that would want to play Ancient Fairy Dragon will want to play pseudo space as well. And I anticipate pseudo space will probably go up in value. Um, don't think it's even had a reprint, as far as I'm aware. Um, I want to look this up real quick because I am very curious. Um, to Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki. Uh, come on, load the search thing, please. Oh, it did. Um, oh, um, am I going to spell it correctly or have I spelt it completely wrong? Let's see. Yep, I spelt it wrong. Um, oh, it did get a wait, when did it get reprinted? Um, the machine reactor structure there. So the ancient gear one. Really? There's only 2 printings of it? Huh. Well, I anticipate that that pseudo space will go up in price. As I said, um, here we are. Um, yeah, that answers that. And the last question, can you play any musical instruments? If so, what? If not, what instrument would you like to be able to play? Um, well, when I was a kid, I played the recorder, um, like when I was in primary school. Um, of course, it's been a while, a very long while. I don't know if I'd be able to now. Uh, do keyboards count? Musical keyboards? Um, if they did, then yeah, I played on that during my first 2 years of secondary school. Um, Trying to remember if I got one myself. I don't know. Um, but I guess technically, the answer is no. I can't play any musical instruments. I did once want to learn how to play the guitar, um, but, and I think my dad showed me how to at one point, but we never continued doing that for some reason. Um, Probably because I was busy with coursework at college and preparing for my maths retake exam and playing Yu-Gi-Oh as well. A shame, really. As I heard that women like men who can play the guitar. I think that was the main reason I wanted to learn, really, as because I was single and even wanted a girlfriend back then. Um, Shame I never followed up on that. Of course, regarding girlfriends and romance, it of course did work out for me in the end, like as everyone knows. Um, but also, I just want to read this comment that Solar Firestorm left. Awesome deck list, thanks very much. I ran Twilight Sworn at the event and went 2-3. I lost to an anti-meta Gladiator Beast deck, a legendary Fiend OTK deck, and a Light Sworn Mirror match. Thanks for sharing the deck list. No problem, but one thing about this comment stands out. A legendary Fiend OTK deck. Since when could Legendary Fiend do an OTK? That's a new one on me. That would have been a new one on me even back then. I'm trying to think how that would be even possible. Um, but yeah, curious. Um, Maybe I'll look it up. Not that I'd try it. I'm just very curious now. Wonder if there's any deck lists on YouTube. Anyway, that's it for questions in this episode. Thank you very much for your guys' questions. And of course, if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments section down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Tuesday afternoon or evening UK time. So be sure to get your questions in before then so that you don't miss out. Although, that being said, um, I'm not going to be doing an episode next week. So yeah, next week is of course Valentine's Day, and I'm going to be going over to Emma's, and we're going to be celebrating Valentine's together. And on the actual day this time, and this time no stupid storms like Storm Uranus will ruin our plans. Um, So yeah, obviously on that day I'll be far too busy to do any uh, YouTube stuff, and there just won't be a chance for me to do an episode. Um, so you can still submit questions for the next episode, of course, but um, the next episode after this one will be in 2 weeks' time. So you guys have plenty of time to think of questions and submit questions. Put them in the comments down below. Um, uh, yeah, do keep in mind that you'll have to wait 2 weeks before I get around to answering them. Yeah, other than that, thanks again, you guys. Stay safe, and like, if any of you are going to be celebrating Valentine's next week, then hope it'll be a good one. And obviously, if a single, yeah, I feel for you. It sucks. I've been there. Hope you can still make the best of that day all the same. I really do. Uh, anyway, thanks again. Stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.